This morning on DC News Now, continued shock to the federal workforce. Employees left reeling.
It's going to have an extremely lasting impact.
And local governments planning their next steps.
How do we bring more jobs, more companies, and more economic activity to the district?
Plus, strong wind gusts stick around today, but sunny skies return with highs near 50. A boost to minimum wage in Maryland. Lawmakers share what that increase means for workers and businesses. Travel season is here. How you can hit the road without breaking the bank. Plus, nuisance or neighbor.
People can coexist with beavers. Beavers can coexist with us.
The community making a case for a beaver living in an Alexandria lake.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, you guys, 8 o'clock is your time on this Friday Eve. Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us here on DC News Now. I'm Joseph Akile. In for tonight.
Yeah, if only it was Friday, right?
I was ready to say Friday, and I was like, no, it's not.
We wish it were Friday.
Look, can I leave now?
No, I'm sorry.
You're not allowed.
Well, hopefully the weather will be better Friday, but I'm not going to hold my breath.
Oh.
Yeah. Perfect.
Sorry,
Great.
I cut you off there.
It's okay.
Yeah, it will be nicer tomorrow. Today, It's going to be windy. We're starting off with some more cloud cover out there right now. We're taking a live look over D.C. You can see the Washington Monument in the distance there. Yeah, we still have a bit of the clouds right now, but eventually we'll see more of that sunshine breaking out as those clouds depart. And again, that cold front that swept through yesterday and brought us some of that active weather yesterday is now well out to sea. We saw some clouds associated with it, but that will eventually slide out. We do have some winter weather, though, back out towards Garrett County, and that is prompting that winter weather advisory that has been issued out that way. The rest of the area, though, will be dry today, but yeah, the wind will be the main factor. You'll be seeing those winds picking up. Right now, though, we're seeing those between 10 to 20 miles per hour sustained winds, gusts getting up to 30 miles per hour for much of the DC metro area. Wind advisory holds until midnight tonight. Could see those gusts up to 50 miles per hour. More details and that 8-day forecast for the 8 o'clock hour coming up. Right now, I do need to toss it over to Shanika for the latest on traffic at the 8 o'clock hour. I couldn't say it.
She forgot my name. I've been gone for just 2 days. It's just been 2 days, and Jackie already forgot.
Back.
Yeah, I thought we were friends. Yeah. All right, let's talk about the important things out here. We have just a lot of traffic out there. This is past 650 New Hampshire Avenue out of Montgomery County. You can see it right there, just jam-packed, and just not a good start to your early Thursday morning. So definitely just keep that in mind traveling. Give yourself more time. You're going to see a lot of red out there on the maps. 95, not bad, but 270 heading southbound from Frederick to the Capitol Beltway. At one point, it was going to take you over an hour to get there with no crashes. That's just how the traffic here in the DMV goes. Here's a 14th Street Bridge. That is going to be slow as well. And we have a couple of crashes out on 95, 395. So definitely keep that in mind as well, guys.
All right, Shanika, thank you. We're following some breaking news in Maryland. A man is dead after being hit by a car in Prince George's County. Police say it happened last night on St. Barnabas Road in Temple Hills. They say when they arrived, they found him dead at the scene. Officers say the driver stayed. They're now investigating how the crash happened.
Developing now a sinkhole in the district. We have a new look at the massive hole on the road. Just take a look at your screen. You can see the significant divot that formed next to the manhole cover. It's on the southbound side of Suitland Parkway near Firth Sterling Avenue. This is in Southeast. DC Water says a 54-inch stormwater line failed, creating that sinkhole. Crews will need to close that lane for at least another day to make repairs. Maryland lawmakers looking to increase the minimum wage to $20 an hour and provide more protection for restaurant workers.
Yeah, DC News Now's Jean-Marie Sasay is live this morning in Montgomery County. And Jean-Marie, what are we learning about this proposed bill?
Yeah, good morning. So right now in Maryland, the minimum wage is about $15. And when it comes to restaurant workers and those in hospitality, it's $3.63. Now, what exactly this no tax on tips bill or proposal would actually do is actually give these restaurant workers a little bit more stability when it comes to their paychecks, especially during a time when everything is expensive. Now, the proposed bill would increase minimum wage to about $17 in January 2027 and would increase every single year up until it reaches $20. Now, it also aims to strengthen wage theft enforcement, requires restaurants to disclose service fee on the menu or a visible location and share whether it goes towards the employee's wages or not. The bill will also remove sub-minimum wage, requiring restaurants to pay that state or federal minimum wage and exempt tips from being taxed, and also offer tax credit to small businesses. Now, I spoke to one of the bill sponsors, Maryland Delegate Adrian Boafo, and he says it's needed now more than ever.
It'll be transformative, especially in an era where folks are losing jobs, people are looking to the service industry. It not only, I think, will increase the economy because you're going to have more workers wanting to come to Maryland to work, but it's also going to put more money in people's pockets. And that's, at the end of the day, what we want to do.
Now, there is a similar bill in the Maryland Senate as well, and both bills are being reviewed by committee right now. We're now reporting in Montgomery County. I'm Yammer Sase, DC News Now.
All right, Yammer, thank you. Time right now is 8:05. Developing this morning, the Department of Education is investigating D.C. public schools over reported disability discrimination. According to the department, the school district received more complaints in special education than any other similar-sized district in the country. The report also details significant concerns about D.C.'s transportation for special needs students, including long delays, unreliable schedules, and lack of proper supervision. We reached out to DCPS for comment and are waiting to hear back. And new this morning, the Washington Post reporting President Trump planning to issue an executive order today to shut down the Department of Education. A draft order calls for the Education Secretary to take all necessary steps to close the department. That could look like further cuts to staff, programs, and grants. The memo recognizes the president does not have the power, though, to fully get rid of the DOE. That would require Congress and 60 votes in the Senate.
Continuing our coverage of the new administration and its impacts here in the district, President Trump is ordering D.C. mayor to clean up homeless encampments in the city. He specifically mentions tents near the White House and the State Department. Trump saying on social media, if Mayor Muriel Bowser does not comply, the federal government will take over. DC News Now reached out to the mayor's office but hasn't heard back yet. Meanwhile, Mayor Bowser stressing the focus of the city right now is bigger than the renaming of Black Lives Matter Plaza. Bowser says the renaming and removal of the painting will happen. It comes as the Republican-controlled Congress threatens to withhold money from the district if this mural is not removed. Bowser says the city has to prioritize other things at the moment.
Bigger fish to fry than fights over what has been very important to us. That mural played a very important part, but now our focus is on making sure our residents and our economy survives.
There's no word yet on when the current mural will be scrubbed off. Mayor Bowser says she would like a new mural to be painted on by kids.
Time right now is 8:07. The chief of staff for House Speaker Mike Johnson was arrested for DUI Tuesday night. Capitol Police say Hayden Haynes drove into a parked car. Officers arrested Haynes just after President Trump's speech on Capitol Hill. In a statement, a spokesperson for Speaker Johnson says he is aware of the arrest and, quote, has full faith and confidence in Hayden's ability to lead the Speaker's office.
The Trump administration says it's cutting over 80,000 jobs from the Department of Veterans Affairs. An internal memo yesterday instructs agency officials to work with DOJ to move out aggressively while taking a pragmatic and disciplined approach to the Trump administration's goals. Agency officials say their goal is to reduce staffing levels to where they were in 2019. Coming up in our next half hour, we'll have more on how these cuts will affect people locally. DC News Now is your local election headquarters. Aisha Braveboy has declared victory in the Democratic primary in Prince George's County executive race.
And while the returns are still not finalized, she thanked her supporters on social media last night. In a statement, she wrote, in part, quote, "My heart is filled with gratitude for the confidence of the people of Prince George's County who, with their vote and voice, propelled me forward," end quote. Supporters are excited about the idea of Braveboy taking on the executive role, while other voters remain cautious.
I wasn't really a big, fan of her record and everything, especially as a, prosecutor and everything like that. But I do like the idea of a black woman being in charge.
As for the Republican primary for the county executive seat, all three remain near 33% of the vote.
And the District 5 Council race was also on the ballot in Prince George's County, and Shayla Adams Stafford still has a commanding lead. The Democrat has 47% of the votes among the 6 candidates, while Republican candidate Fred Price Jr. ran unopposed. The special general election for both the county executive and District 5 Council races will be June 3rd.
All right, there are only 106 days left to go until we get to summer.
That's exactly right. So that means it's time to start booking those summer travels, or at least looking into those tickets. DC News Now's Haley Mylon is at DCA this morning. She's helping you figure all of that out, stretching your dollar with tips on how to not spend too much money on that dream getaway. Haley, good morning.
Hey, you know, if there's one thing people in the DMV are always up to do, it is travel. I talked to consumer checkbook expert Kevin Bressler about the best tips to save to keep your dream trip from costing an arm and a leg.
I would go to Scotland.
My dream vacation is Tokyo, Japan.
DMV travelers gearing up to make some memories abroad.
A couple of years ago, I started playing Scottish fiddle, and I have not yet been there.
Some go all out on their trips.
Yeah, I split.
Others?
Yeah, I have to watch the pennies.
If you're like Suzanne, we got you covered. Consumer Checkbook's Kevin Bressler is stretching your dollar with his tried and true planning strategies. Tip number 1, don't be picky.
The thing to do is just to remain flexible as possible. You know, it might cost to fly from DC to Rome $2,000. It might cost only $1,000 to fly to London.
That goes for travel dates too. Save $200 to $300 shifting dates a day or two. Also use a credit card with airlines and hotels directly, not a third-party site. Your trip is more protected that way. Number 2, don't only consider airfare. Some destinations are much more expensive than others.
London's really expensive. Scandinavia can be really expensive. Southern Spain, though, and Portugal can be very inexpensive once you're on the ground.
And 3, loyalty points aren't everything.
If you can save money by booking with a competing carrier, you're usually better off and just not bothering to worry so much about accumulating points.
And now is the time to make sure that your passport is up to date, or that you even have a passport for summer travel. So make sure you get those applications in, because the cost to expedite that process can be hundreds of dollars. At Reagan National Airport, Haley Mylon, DC News Now.
All right, Haley, thank you. Time right now is 8:11 on this Thursday. Easter almost here.
Yeah, coming up, the details on how you can celebrate the holiday at the White House.
And reflecting on 5 years since the first COVID cases in Maryland, we're going to tell you more about the lives lost and the changes in Montgomery County.
And taking a live look outside this morning. Jackie, how are we shaping up?
Yeah, I mean, out there right now, we're just tracking the clouds and also some wind. More details right after the break.